The American Presentment from September 2023. Throughout recorded history, there is bound to be unequal representation when a community is sensitive enough that while words are being used in writing, they are outside confirming what's being executed. The surrounding audience reifies the values of the words that are used, and some of the actors confirm what's able to be written, if the author has integrity. And though the diction in certain evidence becomes unacceptable, one has to take a document as progress of something. At that time, more often than doubt, the writer was not attempting to express what a populace was going through, an age, a circumstance. For there is integrity, and there is objective truth, which is very important. And once it's realized, the process of sound is the most important thing. It's not just what's said, it's who said it and where. Most of us have been given a voice. You cannot catch all the words like the Chinese elm's red leaves assist the raindrops down on the lawn. But what would a Navajo in 1000 care about the written word? For it does not change the accuracy of his bow and arrow. And while I type that, someone shoots an arrow. Why would serious men ever admit that they were doing their best? I opened my cabinet last night. I stood there considering the members of the House. I imagined the senators on the spoons I was watching in my sink, small as the sud bubbles, yet so conniving they are in the environment of even my private mint. That position never had to get paid like they do now, as when they used parchment, it was public service. The land was less theoretical. The villainous senators on my spoon suds are too old, but not wise enough to give up control. I could get them out of there if I remained so healthy and happy. That was my planet. I thought of Sylvia Plath, born in 1932, before she suffocated herself by using that oven. Her name on the spine of my hardcover for letters grounds me. They are the poet's letters from 1956 to 1963. Sylvia describes other delightful experiments in the kitchen, her penchant for baking and cooking, and delight in ordinary household things. Know that words are heavy things. Sometimes, even a poet is hurt and forgets to listen. Allow others their ability to feel pain from relatable causes. Allow the histories to teach us, and focus on the experience of your supple hide. Worries would not find it settling to rest upon your soft heart, for when challenged or checked by a nincompoop perhaps, remember the children and the bigger picture. Time off on Sunday. Keep in mind the times and what the people need, for the self-important ones are going to try and convince you you are flawed instead of building. Prepare to debate. I was one. I get that now. I used to straggle about as if to suggest to others life is only pain and can only be pain as humans are vile, but that's not true. Not what Jesus wanted us to understand, for I'm not so important as the truth. I have an Aunt Ruth. She is old and quiet and wise, like my grandma who loved her. She lives in the South. I accept my flaws from last night. I thought of Abraham Lincoln's, born in 1809, quote, about a house divided cannot stand, a notion echoing Jesus' words recorded in the book of Matthew. I came into the office at Tempid on a hot day. I sat in the office and sweat. Last night, I imagined a friend was outside smoking parliaments, like multiples of the building across the Thames connected to Big Ben, as I looked in my cabinet, but today he remains one who has overcome so much and taken responsibility to not judge me as much as others would try to, since they cannot possibly fathom what big negativity, capital N, I own with such a small, supple hide as mine. Yes, there are barometers, measuring cups, rulers, but I am strong. My peers fathom a real man. Sisters pull up to the sidewalk's curb, talking of Jesus and the Virgin Mary as I walk to cool down from a jog. Then there was the beautiful blonde sitting with the black toy poodle, while cars of men on a hill waited. I walked by and whistled for the dog like a bird. This is the universe. I cannot tell what it is doing, but surely to maximize my ability to love, I must keep in mind those who are also struggling to be free, and it's making us tired to judge so much with such mechanisms, while the human machine, as Hume said, is always the mystery. I'm a writer. I sit, I sweat. I wear a button shirt covered in pink flamingos on a Friday in the 21st century. We are all connected on this land in a million processes, and if I am the best I can be, it does not mean that I am separate, but that I am patient and generous, brown as the afternoon light in a faded painting. A kind person is patient and giving because today is tomorrow, and they know they are stronger. I am stronger. My old friends are strong. Myth is strong. And a church on the land cannot be united in the same ways as we explain the preferred sciences of today, or let them have an effect in an age where the lay public has not been given time to appreciate or learn the contribution that was the periodic table. I am a human. I must take my role as a professor with enjoyment. The best way to liberate us is to not rely on substances for happiness, but continue to be pleased with less and not be greedy. She deserves a responsible adult. We only need a little at a time as we move through life, for that is all we can take and see. However, the feeling of being whole, strong, supported by the earth, and accepting how it changes around us, this is the indispensable and colossal security, capital S. I will grow more patient every day until the day that I am on my last legs. I will likely need to be patient for that as well. For now, I hope more people are giving credit to the earth. It is night again now. I sit and type out aggression in the dark of my office before I wait to leave the sober house. My body sweats. Green leaves of a tree 200 feet away dazzle, but only in one section of the tree leaves. The rest of the leaves are fluttering, dormant, gentle, plus undivided at once. I describe. Who decided it was humans who could decide what was advanced? One must only fear the judgment alone in a room and spend time facing the judgment every day of their individual and precious life, meek and supple like a baby's bottom on her earth. Tonight, I will stop at the store to get noodles and ice cream. Splurge. I am watching a movie about the Black Panthers, Judas and the Black Messiah, released in 2021. That was history. I want to read more about it. There could be a cool history book written about vigilantes. They prayed to their people and reestablished values. I am not more important, but people are seeming to be with the change in language that is happening as I type what I see this year. I am a professor. It says something about an artist if they are willing to make the most beautiful work possible in silence and not share it with anyone, like how a beam of sunlight shines down on my self-published work on a pedestal.